The Supreme Court of India has become the stage for a constitutional conflict. And the constitutional conflict is on the powers of the governor. As we know well, 3 months ago, the Indian Supreme Court has given a very unique judgment in the governor of Tamil Nadu versus the state government of Tamil Nadu, in which it has imposed some deadlines on the governor and the president in order to, dispose of the state bills. And it also clearly stated that the state governor doesn't have an absolute veto or a pocket veto of his own. And the Supreme Court also has given deemed assent to nearly 12 bills of the state of Tamil Nadu, which have been deemed reserved, or which have been deemed as assented by the Supreme Court of India under Article 142. That is the Article 142, which is meant for giving complete justice to a particular party. Now, after the Supreme Court has given this judgment, the governor, his position has become substantially weakened. Then thereafter, there was a petition by the Indian executive, that is through the president. Under Article 143, there has been a presidential reference to the Supreme Court of India. Now, the Supreme Court is considering this presidential reference, which raises nearly 10 questions on the powers of the governor and what role does the Supreme Court has to play in the powers of the governor. Now, if you look at it, yesterday, what happened is the central government solicitor general, he went to the Supreme Court and he submitted a petition talking about how the governor's powers, are in fact constitutionally mandated, and the Supreme Court should not, conduct or should not exceed its limits and enter into the domain of the executive. And he made some interesting remarks with respect to the previous Supreme Court judgment. He has said that the Supreme Court has imposed timelines on the governor by considering him as alien or foreigner in the state. But this is not right, because our constitution doesn't consider the governor as an alien or foreigner. He is a constitutional functionary of the state. Then, apart from that, he also made a statement that so their discretion is in fact constitutionally mandated. And he also said that the governor's office is not a post office. And he also said that there should not be, any limitation on the governor's discretionary power or timelines imposed on him. And it is also said very clearly that the governor's discretionary powers are meant to check on hasty legislations, and governors are not merely emissaries of center, and they possess democratic legitimacy. This is a very unique observation. They said that the governor's position does not have any democratic, or they said that it has democratic legitimacy. The primary reason for this is because the central government's Council of Ministers appoint him, and the Council of Ministers are democratically elected people or part of executive. So there is indirect democratic legitimacy to the position of governor is what has been said. And they also said that, in fact, they also said that the Supreme Court has trespassed its zone and exclusive to the president and the governor, and has used Article 142 in order to override the provisions of Article 200 and 201. And it said that the Supreme Court has assumed the powers under Article 142 and gave its deemed assent, which in fact compromises the constitutional framework of things. So that is the reason why the Solicitor General has asked the Supreme Court to reconsider its judgment. We have to wait and see what the Supreme Court will finally decide on the said matter. Thank you.